Hi all. Today we are going to talk about this stamp. Now if we look at it, it looks like an awful cancellation on the face of the stamp. Not a pence cancel, but an awful cancellation. But is it? No, not really. Let's talk about this and more in this episode of Now, let's look at this very careful. It's not a cancellation, it's an overprint. If you look very carefully, the overprint is on top of a stamp, a well-known German stamp from the Nazi period. The black overprint is totally obliterating Hitler's head, his profile. Now, if you don't know the story behind this, let's talk about it now. After World War II ended, Germany and of course other countries in Europe went through a process called Denazification. What is Denazification? Denazification is basically the process of removing all Nazi symbols from items, documents, flags, whatevers, including stamps. This document from 1945, even before the Allies had won the war, they came out with a document stating
invalidation and withdrawal of objectionable German postage stamps.
Now, what does it mean by removing all symbols? And what is a symbol? Is Hitler's profile a symbol? Is the swastika a symbol? In my opinion, swastika is one of the biggest symbols. Neo-Nazis all over the world will paint a swastika on Jewish synagogues or graveyards or gravestones, because they think that is offensive to Jews. And so maybe the swastika is the symbol. So now these stamps are invalid. But I've paid money for them. I paid good money for them. I've got many at home. And so did the post office have many idea. What do you do? I have an idea, as my daughter would say. Let's obliterate the Nazi symbol. So that's exactly what they did. As you saw from the stamp, the 20 pinning, they totally obliterated Hitler's head. Now the stamps are valid and can be used. Now look at this cool item. It is a Postal Stationery with a 6 penning value. Now before we continue, what is a Postal Stationery? Basically in this case, it's something brought out by the post office in which the stamp itself is imprinted onto the item. It's not pasted on by someone, it's printed like that. In this case, it was printed with a 6 penning value. Down in Germany, Husum said, okay, let's totally obliterate Hitler's head. And they obliterated Hitler's head. You can see it from this postal station here. Not only did they obliterate his head, but they also obliterated all non-German text. Originally, there was also Russian and Ukrainian. Am I allowed to say that now with all that's going on in Eastern Europe? Well, I did. Okay. So, anyway, it's a lovely item. Here you see at the top there was postage paid. So the person paid his 6 penning and was in use until about the end of December 1946. Now, when it was purchased on a certain date and was only used by the sender in 1946. Okay. If we look at this item, I told you before that the swastika is one of the symbols, and it's one of the main symbols as we see from people, basically anti-Semites all over the world. It's basically a Nazi symbol. It does bring memories of a hatred. The swastika is not a Nazi symbol per se. It started long before the Nazis. But here we have the Nazi symbol on a meter. Now, meter is something. It's a machine stamp basically. A company can get a machine stamp, and they print out all their stamps instead of going to the post office and buying stamps. So here we have a machine stamp with the swastika. But the swastika is now a no-no. So what do? We remove the swastika. But is that enough? What about the eagle? Now, of course, the eagle is not a Nazi symbol. It's a symbol of many countries all over the world. I think that the bald eagle of in America is their national bird. But this is a special kind of eagle. The eagle, or the Reichsadler, was in the coat of arms of Germany, Nazi Germany, and also the Weimar Republic, and even before then. But this one is a special one. The eagle of Nazi Germany was a special one. It was designed in 1920s to be the symbol of the Nazi party. And when the Nazis took part, it became the symbol of Nazi Germany. You can see it in postcards and in all kinds of things, like this postcard behind me. It's a different kind of eagle. It's a designed eagle. Now that is also a symbol. But it appeared on the meter, as you can see above. Let's take that out now. And now all we're left with are some wavy lines and the amount. So is that enough? I don't know. But some people thought it wasn't enough. And they took even the wavy lines out and left with just a number. There was no real instructions to anybody to say what to do and how to do it. The subject of denazification is a fascinating subject to collect. And I thank you to my good friend Fernando Praton, who has an exhibit of his own of denazification. It's a good exhibit. I've seen it. Unfortunately, it's only been, it's in Spanish. And I really hope that one day he will exhibit it internationally, because I really like the exhibit. Listen all, I need a little bit of help from you. I've started getting my daughter involved in collecting postcards and stamps. She's a toddler. But I like to get, we like to get postcards from all over the world. We're members of Post Crossing, and every time she gets a postcard or we send a postcard, we sit together and I teach her a little bit about geography. And it would be nice if you could send us a postcard from your place with a beautiful stamp, preferably cartoons, because that's what she's into. And it's actually quite funny to see her that she knows how to connect the cartoon to a book that I've read to her. And if you want to join us, please send me an email to lf.stamps@gmail.com. I'll put the note down below. Please help us out. Before we sign off, at the end of this month, there's the Hungarian stamp exhibition, Handfelex 2022, and I will be there. If anyone's going to be there, say hello. I'm going to take a book out of Graham's videos, and I'm going to showcase my experiences at the stamp exhibition. Yes, Graham, I'm copying you, and somebody said the copying is a kind of flattery. Anyway, everybody, thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure, and see you next time. Bye.